My third year overseas as a war correspondent, I get seriously injured during a grenade explosion and lose all my memories. I develop severe PTSD and spend 2 years in a psychiatric hospital. 2 months ago, I finally remember who I am. On the day of my return, my best friend Beckett Jobling and my wife Gina Spencer come to the airport to pick me up. However, I go back to the villa where we used to live. The moment I push open the door, I see a wedding portrait hanging on the wall. The groom isn't me, but my best friend, Beckett. The sound of the key turning in the lock comes from outside. Gina, who is supposedly busy at work, walks in hand with Beckett. In her arms, she's holding a little child. In a sweet, childish voice, the child calls her, Mommy. I stand frozen. I am so stunned that I even forget to breathe. I've only been away for 2 years. How can their child already be 3 years old? Gina Spencer and Beckett Jobling were obviously stunned as well. She placed Jamie Jobling into Beckett's arms, her voice trembling with panic. Joseph, what are you doing here? I stared at the three of them, unable to tear my eyes away, but I didn't answer. Then what is it? When did you marry Beckett, Gina? How come no one invited me to the wedding? It's complicated, Joseph. Back then, everyone thought you were dead. That's why I was only missing for 2 years, yet your child is already 3 years old. You two got together long before that, didn't you? More than Gina remarrying, what I couldn't accept was that she had cheated on me during our marriage, and with my best friend of all people. They had even had a child before anything happened to me. I looked around the house again. The living room was filled with toys. Family photos of the three of them hung on the walls. Joseph, let's leave the past in the past. We're all so happy that you made it back alive. I went from being your legal husband to the other man. Do you think that's something that can just be left in the past? Gina glanced over, her brows tightly knitted. Joseph, I know I've wronged you, but Beckett and Jamie are innocent. Stop making a scene here. This house had been our marital home. Now, not only had someone else moved in, but she was also trying to throw me out. This is my home. Why should I leave? I shouted. Gina shoved me straight out the door. Calm down, Joseph. Whatever this is, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Don't scare Jamie. They were a happy family of 3. I was the one who looked like a raving lunatic, making an unreasonable scene. Suddenly, a ringing filled my ears. It felt as though I had been transported back to that battlefield 2 years earlier. When I woke up again, I remembered nothing. But one thought kept echoing in my mind. I had to stay alive because someone was waiting for me to come home. Eventually, I remembered everything. I remembered my family. I remembered the woman I'd loved since childhood. I remembered the adopted brother I'd grown up with. I never imagined that this would be the welcome waiting for me. I drove straight to Mendel Manor. When I arrived, my mother, Rosie Carter, was sitting on the couch reading. Mom, I'm home. Before I could say another word, a slap landed across my face. You ungrateful brat. How dare you show your face here? I touched my face and looked up at Mom in shock. Weren't you determined to fly off and chase your dreams? Weren't you so set on becoming a war correspondent? Why did you bother coming back? Mom, Gina married Beckett, and they even had a child. Did you know about that? Of course I knew. Both of our families hosted the wedding together. Hearing the commotion, Dad, Dorian Mendel, stormed out with a livid expression on his face. He fumed. We told you not to go overseas, but you insisted. You could have had a comfortable life here, but you just had to throw your life away in a war zone. When you disappeared 2 years ago, we all thought you were dead. Your mother cried every single day. And you? You were alive but never made a single phone call back home. Then, the first thing you did after coming back was to march in here accusing us.